One thing I want to comment on is Virtual Squirrels going huge nuts with one chrono for Cairn.
Yeah, this is I want to say a pretty high-end strategy. What they're going to do here is they will they'll kill they want to kill the boss so fast that one chrono will supply enough boons for them.
You have to figure that one or two of the Mirage... Oh no, they changed to a second chrono at the very last second.
Okay, never mind then.
Wow. Build templates for the win. I was going to say, they could go one chrono and just bring like one or two extra time warp to carry them through, but...
So they're going to activate the challenge mode there. And they're doing this a little bit delayed, so all their players don't have to deal with it, right? If you activate the CM before you glide on, when you get there, everyone instantly has to start spamming the special aggregate key. Quite amusing, actually. But obviously not desirable for the players. And there we go. The Cairn boss has spawned for both of these teams, and the fight commences. Now, in theory, VS should have an advantage here, because they do have, well, I mean... They do have 6
Their
Mirages.
comp is significantly stronger, yeah, in terms of DPS.
Yep, 6 Mirages.
But, I mean, they've already got it down.
Ooh, yeah, that's not good.
DC! Oh, that could be bad.
That is not good.
Down. Well, now my one chrono plan is happening.
Yeah, there you go. You got your wish at last. But the DDoS is kicking in, guys. CLL don't want to... They don't want to... That Soul Beast... The point of that Soul Beast was to actually use immobilize and stun on the enemy's internet connection. The Necromancer corrupting it as well. That's
going to cause a lot of chain reactions in that now stability is going to be a lot harder to spread for the things. You're not going to be able to ignore the greens as easy. It's going to just... Losing that chrono is just going to cause a chain of downs. This guy hasn't been up since... Oh, this is... hard to watch, but
it's bad. It's bad. They are still holding, though. Actually, holding pace with CLL, though. Then honestly, they're still ahead. Realistically, those extra 2 Mirages really paying off here. I think for VS.
Oh, they have a defeated. That's
very bad, though. Actually, that is very bad. They have to keep going, though. They got to try and finish it. They should be able to do it. I think they have another downside, though.
They got to get that res. He's gonna get defeated. Oh, they just GG'd.
They just GG'd. That is really shit. I hope
and he's not even back yet from the DC. Oh, that's gonna really hurt.
That is really, really unfortunate. Oh, the Druid. It was actually the Druid must have fallen off the platform there, unfortunately. That is...
Yeah, that was... It's probably a good call. The boss was still at like 30%. And doing it without a healer, they might have been able to last for another like 10 or 15 seconds, but they certainly wouldn't have been able to last much further.
It's not
CLL,
ideal.
though.
CLL, yep.
Slow and steady.
Cairn's dead.
Killed the boss. Yep.
Yeah, they were a little bit slower on the damage, even with the unfortunate disconnect from VS. But it's not gonna cut it, unfortunately. They're gonna have to start with pretty much a 3-minute deficit. Meanwhile, CLL moving on to the next encounter. And let's see, what are these relogs gonna be? Actually, what are we doing with these relogs? Oh, never mind. The stream is going to lag, but now it's going to unlag. So let's see. I imagine we are certainly going to see at least one Scourge here to deal with those fearsome ads, and then we do have that one Necromancer, and then some extra thieves coming in. You do want at least one thief here, really, because you want to be able to skip the that fiendish key finding puzzle directly after Mercer Overseer. That's going to be a bit of a time save, definitely worth it. And of course, Deadeye is a very good DPS choice for Mercer.
And I see they're selling the raid to the Soul Beast, so they've got the buyer POV.
Yeah. I mean, what are they doing exactly though with the Soul Beast? It's a very odd choice, isn't it? Don't you think?
I mean, it's a less odd choice on Mersat Overseer than it was on Cairn. Yeah. I mean, you could go really balls out and go no healer.
Yeah, no druid or something.
Yeah, no druid, but they're not going to do that.
No, they aren't. So in their first attempt at this, I believe both the guilds in the first Wing 4 CMs, which was CLL versus... Who was that? Was it Cat, I believe, actually. Both the guilds had trouble with Mercer Overseer. Do you think they're going to be able to get it clean this time? Or will VS be able to catch up? Because there's actually some downtime here. VS They're gaining. They're not as behind as you might think, actually, because Ken is almost dead for VS, and CLL have only just started Mersat Overseer.
VS, I don't know if they're gonna get that res off though.
Don't they even need it?
No, they don't. In fact, they should GG. Those guys should GG.
Actually, did get it. They got it.
They got it.
They got it. They did it. But there you go. Ken falls for VS.
A lot of swapping.
Oh, and let's see how this Mersat Overseer goes for CLL. The first blue goes off without a hitch, guys. So, there's a really funky mechanic on Mersat Overseer, guys. Those blue squares are actually client side, okay? So, if you see those, that might not necessarily be what other people see, okay? That's something really spooky to watch out for. And if you don't stand in them when they explode, you die instantly. The opposite of the spikes, of course, guys. Like, you know, if you don't go in the blues, you die. If you go in the spikes, you die. Okay, and but all good DPS though so far from CLL, not giving them any problems so far.
Yeah, 192k is in the safe zone.
But it's all looking good. The first ad has spawned. They are cleaving it down shortly. It's dead. There we go. So handled well by CLL.
They did not use prot there, I don't believe.
No, I think most guilds, and certainly, you know, if I was going to enter the Appy, what I would do is try and save it for the last blue, right? So if things go very badly, you can handle it, right? Even if you would have to move otherwise, or the blue is at the exact same time because DPS has been compromised or something. You know you can survive it. And look at that Necromancer paying off though. Like, they've only had to deal with one ad so far, and these three won't get through either actually because of Epidemic.
Yeah. They need a dispel on that one, but
yeah, that's not good.
If they could dispel it, then they can epi, but looks like it worked out.
Yeah, I mean, it was okay.
And VS has got the boss started, so we'll see how this goes.
And a very different strategy coming out from VS. This is what I do absolutely love about stuff like this, guys. Look at the difference in strategies on these two guilds here. A
defeated already for VS.
Oh no!
That is
missing
painful.
was it the second blue? I think
Yep.
You
never know. Like, it could put them in a better spot long term. Like, that's what's so weird about this boss. Oh, and CLL.
Ooh, how
people dead?
Few
but the boss
dead,
at
but
1%. They managed it.
Yeah, so good execution by CLL, but that's a pretty poor mistake there by VS. Really, I don't think you can really afford that. Hang on a minute. I think VS is in a lot of trouble actually, aren't they? Oh no, they managed to actually spread out and survive and not die to those blues. But it was a bit scary. But CLL moving directly onto Samrog CM. I imagine they're going to be logging a lot of Hollowsmiths, Guardians, maybe even Thieves, stuff like that for these Wing 4 challenge modes.
Samurog's the one boss in this wing that I would have played a Soul Beast on if I had to, and it's the one where they're not. So interesting choices.
Yeah, VS. Ooh, that is not the best spikes and blue.
Yeah, VS is GGing. They've got
Yep, they got those spikes and blue were not good at all, guys. Oh my goodness, VS in a very, very bad situation now. They're gonna have to try and go again.
Interestingly, CLL not starting from the side of the room.
Yeah, they're just going to run it.
Or maybe
a lot of downtime there as well, actually, for CLL.
Yeah, they should be going now.
Yeah, they're AFKing a lot.
VS is wiped twice, and they're behind, but they're not like 2 wipes behind. It feels like.
Yeah, no, they're definitely.
But then again, the Samurog and Deimos are both like time-wise significantly long. So if VS can do Samurog and Deimos cleanly, then they're potentially right back in it.
Oh yeah. But then again, CLL look like they are on a mission, and that mission is to redeem themselves for their earlier issues with Wing 4 challenges. Although this is a very bad.
CLL already in a little bit of trouble. They're restarting.
CLL failed the first break bar.
No, they had it down. They didn't.
The spear killed him, right?
Yeah, the spear killed him.
But I mean, the CC was very slow, though, wasn't it? Really, I mean, it was. The
CC was slow for a 10-man in a tournament.
Yeah, and especially look at their comp. They have Hollowsmith, Thief, DH, Base Warrior. What happened there exactly? How did they fail that CC? I'm quite surprised that actually happened. Oh, hang on. That's a very old replay. I do want to get a replay of that, guys, because that was a very bizarre situation, I have to say, actually. Let's Oh, no, hang on. That's the wrong one. Oh, there we go. Let's have a proper look at what happened there, shall we?
Yes, has the boss down to about 33%.
Yeah, looks like VS is doing pretty well. Oh, yeah. I think this replay has not really worked as intended. Or has it? Oh, yeah, there we go. So you see, what's happening here is the CC bar does not get broken in time, and then the spear kills their tank instantly. And that is what exactly what happened there.
That is where you need the crisp CC.
Yeah, looks like they do manage to get away with it. Okay. They do manage to get away with it. There you go. Yeah, some slightly weird thing going on with the overlay there, but just it's extra flavor, guys. You know, you're getting some extra motion in there. You know, it's showing how dynamic the stream can be, guys. You know, it's good shit. But I mean, VS not that far behind anymore.
Yeah.
Not that far behind. It looks like they are going to be able to very cleanly deal with Mercer. Obviously, you know, it is a real shame that they lost that player to the second blue in their original attempt, because they would have been able to do that again, I think. And CLL would be in much more hot water if that was the case.
Yeah, we'll see how CLL does. That first wipe was a little bit questionable. We'll see if they can if they can stay clean from here on out.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't exactly fill me with confidence. It actually, honestly, it gives me the jitters. Okay.
In past tournaments, we've seen like insanely crisp CCs in this fight,
and that's not quite what happened here. But into the split phase, CLL look like they're handling it very well. VS,
yeah, thus far,
breaking out the Deadeyes and starting from the side as well. So a slightly less aggressive strat almost, I suppose, like a less time-saving strat they're going for. But let's see if they can pull out superior DPS and catch up with CLL, because that is where VS has certainly been shining so far in this matchup. They do appear to have the better compositions for dealing damage to the boss while simultaneously handling the mechanics.
Yeah, they're definitely playing more speed kill oriented.
Yep, I mean there's ground to be made up, and I think it will certainly have to be a joint effort.
Oh, that was a bad spear for CLL, but I think they'll recover.
Yeah, they didn't lose anyone though, so that's good for them. They are able to get the recovery. Oh, 2 more downsides. So
3 downs.
Yeah,
they just have to refocus, take a deep breath.
Yeah, and that might not look that bad, guys, on the stream, because of course no one actually died, but stuff like that will really cut into your DPS, right? You will lose a lot of damage if stuff like that keeps happening. If you have players in the down state, those players can't attack, right? But also the players that have to revive them can't attack either. So as you can see, VS is gaining ground here, guys. They are doing a lot of DPS, and they are a split phase away, but that time can really shrink down if more downstates keep happening for CLL. I have a feeling that this might go a little bit down to the wire.
Yeah. I mean, CLL is one bad spear away from having to GG again, and that could just reset it.
Yeah, absolutely. And VS now, VS had a little bit of, I think they had quite unfortunate spear placements, so they weren't able to kind of abuse Righam's pathing as best as they would have otherwise liked, actually. So it looks like they are having a bit of a delay there, but they aren't out of this yet. And especially if their Demos is very quick, they'll absolutely catch up. Or if the last phase
so much can go wrong at Demos. You could you could fail to one burn the spears. You could have the first ad get boons. Like, there's a lot of things that can go wrong in a hurry. Someone not getting Aegis, like, just...
Okay, there we go. Not Sam. Don't make me ban you here too, son. But anyway, here we go. CLL are approaching the final phase of this. They are just going to finish off Goldhelm, and the boss will emerge from his barrier. And then they're going to finish him off. They're going to take him down. Take him down. And there you go. Rigum has been slain. And here comes Samurog. VS have some work to do here. If CLL can avoid wiping, which I think they should be able to, because the spears just got eaten there, so they're going to have at least a good start of this phase. Okay, and honestly, the boss is nearly over. Like, if they can get like the first 2 break bars down, they're probably good to go. And the fact that they have a very clean field here with no spears right now,
that was the break bar we wanted to see.
That's a bit better. They decided to actually press their buttons that time. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, greeting for DPS at this point is not the wisest play.
No, it absolutely isn't, especially if they happen to know they are ahead. VS.
Oh, took a spear to the face.
Big wham, dying to the ultimate attack. Not exactly what you want to see, but humorous, to say the least. Okay, and CLL, just 2 break bars to go. This is the one. Can they nail it? Oh, what did happen on that first break bar, do you think? Look how quick that was.
Yeah,
that was lovely.
Maybe the commander had some words, told people to use their skills, and they were like, "Oh, I should use skills. That's like a really good idea," and they took it to heart.
Okay, fantastic. So, CLL, 1 break bar to go, and VS still just polishing off that second split phase. But I would certainly say that the gap is, it's certainly shrinking down. What do you think VS needs to do on Demos to catch up here? What kind of
wipe?
What kind of comp does it need to be?
They probably can't afford to have a Necro in their comp.
So they need to go for the very aggressive strat with a lot of, say, thieves and stuff like that, then, you think?
Yeah, probably put a lot of pressure on your warrior and your druid to lock down the prides, rather than having to epi them.
Yeah, so they'll leave that, leave their warrior. If they go for the last soul, right, they'll leave the warrior. If they are, say, going to just sacrifice, then I guess they can ignore that, and it's not too much of a problem if they run a more aggressive composition, then I suppose.
Yeah, I think whether or not you do the suicide strat or sacrifice strat is kind of like a decision that your commander has to call in the moment.
Here's a big thing, though. CLL having some trouble with loading times by the look of that, and actually, VS is very close here now. They are very close. It wouldn't take too much for VS to catch up now. I think
VS is smart. They've already swapped to their Renegade or their Herald Kiter. They're not waiting for the boss to be dead to do that.
Yeah, they need that at this point. They absolutely need that, because CLL have just started the pre-event for Demos.
And CLL are using a Dragon Hunter hand kiter. Now that's an interesting choice.
Wait, what?
That's an incredibly interesting choice.
But
Virtual Squirrels needs to finish this boss, actually.
Yeah, they may have been a little bit too aggressive with their relogs there.
They got it, but that was a little bit more monk-esque than
maybe a bit too early on the relogs there. But I guess it may have paid off for them, because they're going to skip all those loading times on their players swapping over for Demos. And if something goes badly for CLL here, VS will take the lead here.
VS using 2 warriors? Am I seeing this correctly?
Wait, maybe a Spellbreaker Kiter or something?
No, they definitely have a Herald.
Yeah, there's the Herald.
I'm just thinking maybe it's just like a DPS.
It's just a
Kandi Berserker.
Is it to help with? Perhaps they want to use that to cleave the prides instead of a Necro.
Yeah.
Perhaps. So, because of course, what the warrior can do is when those big ghosts start walking in, they can aim their Berserker longbow F2, right, or F1 rather,
Correct.
and hit both the boss and those prides, and that will not only do a lot of damage to the boss, but also to the prides. The warriors will also have a lot of access to immobilize as well, thanks to pin down and flurry. So they have that level of level of utility that will help them out in that aspect as well.
Oh no, that is going to be a wipe for Virtual Squirrels.
Oh, wait.
He got knocked from...
Oh, you got to be kidding me.
The opening chains. This has just not been the cleanest run for
Oh,
them.
that is... Okay, right, and I hate to say this, guys, but, you know, I think we may have to get that on rid because I actually moved the screen away. I moved the stream away, and we only saw the tail end of that as he got knocked off there. So let's have that. Look at that beauty there, guys, okay? Let's see how that one goes. Come on, load clip. Oh. There we go. Go. Go, clip, go. Oh, and we see him dodging.
I'm pretty perplexed by the Dragon Hunter hand kiter for CLL. I mean, Firebrand, I could see that like there's like a logic to that.
Oh,
but
there's the knock. Quite unfortunate. Let's see. Can he make it through the... What could the Dragon Hunter add exactly? What could he be doing? What do you suppose is going on there?
I don't know.
An emergency F3 or something? So he can like run on the group and F3 them?
Yeah, but I think a Firebrand could do similar. I think like with the heal.
And VS didn't get the 1 burn either, actually. No, I don't think... No,
problem.
they aren't going to get the 2 burn either. Oh, no, they are. Oh,
they got it with Condies.
Yeah, bad. That would have been really, really rough, actually, for VS. And CLL already progressing on to the second ad of the engagement. Yeah.
CLL's got a pretty hefty lead at this point. But a lot can go wrong in this fight. They wiped to it the first time once at least. They stepped in a black. Looks like they triggered it once. But luckily they were getting teleported down, so they didn't continue to trigger it.
So it didn't get punished too hard for that.
That was about as good a luck as you could have if you're going to step into a black.
Yeah, if you're going to do that, then make sure you do it when you're about to get ported, and the effects will be mitigated.
There should be like a website for people that step in black. That would be...
What?
What do you... Forget it.
Are you making a reference to a website that has an entirely different purpose? Is that what's going on there?
Could be.
Wow. What a reference, okay? What a reference, okay?
Yeah, let's just...
Oh, so slightly annoying RNG there. The real version of Soul spawned on a completely the opposite side of where they were tanking the boss.
Yeah, that is a problem.
Bit annoying, but I mean, CLL, they have some time to play with, so they're probably not that upset about it.
No. At this point, if I were them, I would start considering doing the suicides.
Just to really lock it down, make sure that they get the guaranteed win?
Yeah, because if you have all 10 people alive, it's just so worth doing. You gain so much time.
Yeah, and we actually saw that in the Salt versus QS match. In fact, actually, so QS electing to go for the ad strat, right, where they would go down and fight the final soul, and Salt opting to go for the sacrifice. Well, they were behind, and it swung it in their favor. So I mean, it was certainly paid off for them as well. If VS went for that and CLL don't, do you think that will be enough?
I do think that would be enough, actually. Depending on how chaotic it gets.
Well,
and we know that CL's preferred strat is to... Oh, that was bad. They missed a few Aegises there.
Ooh.
We know that CL's preferred strat is to not go for the suicide. So if that's what they don't want to do, then maybe changing this late... Like, they didn't practice it, obviously, so maybe changing this late is not the right...
Yeah, they are not going for the... Oh, wait, hang on a minute. They might be forced to go for the sacrifice. That is not good. A few players are actually left over for CLL, so their strategy is kind of into a forced kind of like weird mishmash.
Although maybe that was intentional.
The tank's
boy,
down.
Tank's down.
They get the res, though. They get the res.
Him.
Whew.
See, that's... A situation like this is where I would want the Herald Kiter, because he can just help with heal so much. The Dragon Hunter can't help. Unless he's got Bow of Truth or something. I don't know.
Few of CLL are going down as well. This might get very, very close.
Yeah.
If VS go for that sacrifice strat, they will be in business. Oh, okay, here we go. So CLL, do they have their players back yet, actually? I don't think they do they? Yeah, because I only think about 3 or 4 of them went up, unfortunately. Oh, there he is. He is actually back now.
Back.
So
the team will be back. They're probably going to eat hands. Oh,
yeah.
Manage not to.
But VS are actually in hot pursuit, aren't they? And they are going for the... They're going to go for it. They're going to go for it. This could give them the chance to catch up, to be honest with you.
Yeah, you kind of have to.
Do they have the damage to take
They've wiped
down
enough
CLL?
that they know they have to take risks.
Yeah, absolutely.
CLL is killing that Sol, though, which is very good for them. The Sol
Oh,
is done. Oh, no! That was it!
Oh, VS! They
That's
failed an Aegis. That's it. No, there's no recovering from that one, boys. Oh, ouch!
That was a gut punch.
Oh
that
man! What stripped that Aegis there? Actually,
they were so close.
Was it
to
one of those
back.
prides? Was it a pride actually? Perhaps
it must have been.
Yeah.
Just a little, or maybe even a greed.
Like a pride or a greed. Just removing that Aegis and then that lethal attack from Demos. Just no Aegis, and that is gonna one-shot you. And VS, that is bad luck. Honestly, that is very, very rough for VS. They're really very, very unfortunate, I have to say. Let's see if we can see exactly what happened there. Let's watch this our replay go down, and here we have the I believe this is the fateful mace spin, and there we go. What actually was that? Let me see. Let's go back again and see what happened there, because we don't have the Mesmer perspective, so it's very difficult to actually accurately say what happened. But was there a pride that went in there or something? I don't actually see it. Maybe there was a greed. Maybe there was just no Aegis. It was a tear. The tears don't. They're unblockable on at this point. So that
it's challenge mode.
Yeah, that does nothing, unfortunately.
This is it. CLL 2%. They are going to win. I do not see them wiping at this junction.
Nope, and that's it.
And that is it.
Yeah.
CLL. I would say this is an upset.
I would. And to be honest, I'm really surprised that. I mean, of course, the disconnect was very unfortunate, right? That's absolutely true. But to be frank, I mean, VS's run went very poorly. Like, there were a lot of wipes, and
they wiped to every boss at least once.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's what you can't do.
Yeah.
And we said, a lot of people said leading up to this tournament that with the type of guilds and it being the amateur rating party, like, being cleaner is going to be worth way more than higher DPS.